to have you with us. We've been waiting, and here you are. So we're excited. Thank you. Lots of energy this morning. So lots of newness this morning. So I looked out this morning and it was raining, and my first thought was, oh, it's raining again. And then later I looked out and I thought, isn't it what a wonderful example of how divine spirit works in our lives and how everything is provided. That this environment that we live in is created so beautifully and perfectly in this divine order. And I just celebrated that. So it's all about what's in our minds, right? What's in our consciousness, in our hearts, exactly. So, as I said last week, no matter what it looks like out there, we can always affirm, it is a beautiful day in my consciousness. Let's say that together again. It is a beautiful day in my consciousness. So welcome to you. If I haven't met you yet, I'm David Howard, and I am the newly elected senior minister here. Thank you for that. A couple of things I want to share with you before we get going this morning. One, I want to remind you that we do have practitioners here today. Anybody who is wearing a white stole or a stole is here to pray with you, to hold consciousness with you. So if you have something on your heart that you would like to hold in prayer, please ask one of them to pray with you. They would be delighted to do that. They've gone through a lot of their own training to be prepared to do that, and so we appreciate that. Also, you'll see the welcome table over here. There's information about Center for Spiritual Living Parker, about what we believe. There's guest cards over there. There's also a guest card that we'd love for you to fill out, so we have a record of your attendance today, and promise we won't be hounding you. But we'd love to know that you're here, and if you'd like to be on our list to get our weekly newsletter, we will add you to that list as well. So I want to invite Ann Grove up to share an announcement with us this morning.
Thank you. I like the security of the podium. Have you noticed church just keeps getting better and better and better? Yeah. Have you noticed all the new faces?
Yep.
How many of you know those new faces very well? Yeah, me neither. I know some of them, sort of, a little, and I'd like to get to know them better. So, with Reverend David's permission, we have partnered with Aging Resources of Douglas County, and we are going to do a service Saturday, on Saturday, June 24th. A couple of hours, morning or afternoon, we will be providing services. Primary focus this time of year is on light outdoor cleanup. But ARDC provides light outdoor, light indoor. ARDC provides a lot of transportation to doctors, to churches, to bridge games, everywhere. But we're going to focus on the light, probably outdoor cleanup. ARDC also has a companion program for people that are feeling isolated. So wherever you fit into, whatever it is you like to do, I'd like to ask you to sign my sheet. Just give me your name and your email, and I'll be in touch to see what it is you like to do and whether you would like to give a couple of hours in the morning or a couple of hours in the afternoon. This will put us in small groups, depending on the homeowner and what they need. So we're not going to get to know everybody in one Saturday, but we'll get to know some people that maybe have an interest with us because they wanted to do whatever it is they want to do. I will have a sign-up sheet with me and one on the welcome table. Thank you. I am the place where God
Feel yourself supported by the chair. Take a deep breath. Feel your feet against the floor. Just feel yourself fully present in this now moment. Take another breath, allowing your body to relax as much as possible. Releasing that breath. Breathing in, allowing your mind to still as much as you're able. To come into this now moment, aware of that life that breathes us into being. By whatever name or nature you may know it to be, that God, source, life. And affirming in this moment, I am the place. I am the space, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the heart, I am the very action of God, of source, of that one life principle. I am that individuated and embodied. And as you allow that truth to resonate in your mind, allowing your heart to resonate with that truth, feel that consciousness of every cell of your body awakening to the truth of that. I am the place, each cell. I am the place where God shows up, the perfection, the love, the light, the beauty, the intelligence. I am the place where God shows up in its perfection as me. And every cell awakening to that truth. Every fiber of your being. Every thought that might argue with that truth being dissipated in the light of the I am that I am as you claim it, as you know it. And in this moment, allowing it to be. And so as we take a short time in the silence of our own hearts, I invite you to allow the awareness to expand as much as you possibly can, allowing everything else to fall away. In this moment, we claim the truth. I am. I am the I am. I am the place where that divine life reveals itself. As you claim it, you feel the vibration of peace in your heart. Feel the vibration of love radiating through you as you feel that light awakening. I'm the place. I am the place where God lives and moves and breathes and has its being. Breathe that all the way down to the bottom of your feet and ground it right here, right now, making it firm in your awareness and your feeling. Breathe it in, feel it in your heart. Feel yourself embodied as that truth. And with the next breath, invite your awareness to come back into this space. As you open your eyes, gently, quietly. And so it is. Jeanette, would you like to share a reading?
Our reading for today is from Dr. Michael Beckwith's book called Life Visioning, and it's from the section titled A Source Beyond Ego, A Grace Beyond Luck. There is a life occurrence or a sequence of events unique to each of us that breaks through our self-imposed limitations, our egoic self-will, beckoning the authentic self to come forward and announce itself to us. Whether we credit it to karma or that which seeks to emerge through us, the wisdom in this grace knows exactly what conditions will cause us to exclaim, enough is enough. I give my consent to my next level of growth. We then set out to identify the qualities we must acquire when the truth is just the opposite. We are already fully equipped with what it takes to live the highest vision for our life. All we have to do is tap into it, to discover it within ourselves and put it into action. Visioning shines the light upon our inner treasure house, illuminating our natural wisdom, joy, compassion, intelligence, love, tranquility, creativity, and generosity. It is a source beyond ego that provides the inner guidance that will lead us to transcending our current limitations. It lets us know we face nothing alone, that we are indeed carried by the Creator light walking in our feet, working through our hands, beating our hearts, and breathing through our breath. The great mystery is the motivating power within the life visioning process. It is the underlying urge to evolve into our innate wholeness. May each and every one of us say yes to accepting our life purpose, which is born out of love, thrives in love, and merges in union with love's source.
Hear voices from your past.
I'll say it again. The first time I ever had the privilege of ministering with Laura, I said, "Where have you been all my life?" Yeah, where have you been? Thank you for that. And thank you guys as well for your support. So I just want to say, before I say anything else, just a big thank you to all of you for voting me as your senior minister last week. I am honored and humbled by that. And truly, it's been such a gift to me in so many ways already, because it has been a motivation and an inspiration for me to go back and start reading some of the authors that I read many years ago when I first got into religious science, Thomas Troward and Ernest Holmes, of course, and others. And it's been a great blessing for me to be reminded of what I was so excited about when I first discovered religious science. And so thank you for that. And I also want to say to you, those of you who are following the global themes and the monthly themes, I want to say I'm diverging a little bit from that this month. I think that certainly self-care is so important. And we will talk some about that, but I think that we're in a place now, because we're starting some new things. We've got new people we're honoring today, new members who are joining us. I'm new here. We've got Laura who's new here. We've got some newness and new energy happening, and so I wanted to talk this month about that. Who are we? What are we doing? Where are we going? Who are we here to be as Center for Spiritual Living Parker? And what is Spirit's highest vision, as we were talking about, as Jeanette read about from Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, his visioning process. So I want to talk a little bit about that today, about that vision. And the visioning process, I'm sure many of you are familiar with. And I want to say, too, that we will be forming a visioning team for CSL Parker. That's on me, and that's something that I have delayed a little bit for some reason. I'm procrastinating, I guess, but we do want to do that and get that going. So I want you to know that that is in the works, that we will be doing that. But this visioning process, if you're familiar with it, is a very simple process, but it is a very empowering process. And what we are asked to do before we do anything. And we can apply this to our individual lives. We can apply it to our corporate life as CSL Parker, anywhere you want to use it. But we start by asking, what is Spirit's highest vision? What is the highest vision of the all-providing, all-creating source for what it is that we are to step into? And so I thought about that, and as I'm reading some of these things, I'm thinking, yeah. And let's get into this, you know? And so it's about, okay, I'm reminded that we ask for Spirit's highest vision. Because what we know, what we teach in New Thought, is that everything is created from one mind, one perfect mind. One all-inclusive, perfect, whole, complete mind of God, or one mind. And what I really like to say, too, is it's great to think about it as mind, but I also like to think about it as heart. One mind and one heart that we call God, or Spirit, or Source, or life, or universe, or whatever word or phrase or terminology feels good to you. I know God sometimes has connotations that bring up things for us. So you may not like that word, but what you call it really doesn't matter as long as it feels good to you. As long as you can relate to it and not have any negative energy around it. So this all-providing source manifested everything that is out of this process of self-contemplation, self-knowing, self-contemplation, and it contemplating its love and its light and its joy and its peace and all of those qualities that we associate with it, contemplating it and creating all and creating you and me out of its own self-contemplation. Isn't that exciting? Don't you just want to get up and celebrate that? It created you out of its own self-contemplation. And you and I, in these human incarnations, are, as far as we know, even though there's some evidence to the contrary, as far as we know, are the most self-aware and intelligent and creative beings. And so spirit is we contemplate spirit so that we can continue that perfect, beautiful, loving, light-filled, peaceful, joyous creation that was from the very beginning. And that's why we are here. And so to ask for what is Spirit's highest vision is to seek within us, that Spirit within us, and say, what is love wanting to express? What is light wanting to express? How is that creative life force energy wanting to have its life through you and through me and through C.S.L. Parker? So we ask, not for something outside of us, but that very essence of God, of source within us, the divine intelligence. So we seek what is Spirit's highest vision for us, because we are always creating. We are creating through our own thinking, through our own feeling, through our own actions. We are creative beings. And when we seek Spirit's highest vision, we create in alignment with that, with love, with light. That's why it is so important for us to seek Spirit's highest vision, so we can create something that is imbued with those qualities, those vibrations. And it's important for us to recognize that we are always creating. I came up with this affirmation that I've been using this week. And I want to share it with you. I think I should have written it down, but I didn't. The affirmation is, I am the created of the Creator.
Yeah.
Continually creating in conscious connection with the flow of creative life. Make sense? Let's say it together. You got it? I am the created of the Creator.
I am created of the Creator.
Continually creating. In conscious connection. With the flow of creative life. Got it? We'll write it down. But when we understand that, when we choose to be those creative beings in conscious connection with the creative life that created all, imagine what we can create. And I want to say, when I say what we can create, what I really want to say is what Spirit can create through us when we get out of the way. And that is what we teach. That it's not by effort that we have to create. It's by connecting with Spirit's highest vision and being the vessels, the open channels through which that energy comes into manifestation through what we think, what we say, what we do. And that's why it's so important for us to seek that. So what is it, in order for us to do whatever that highest vision is, we get to be in alignment with the laws of that all-providing, all-creating source. That all-providing source is the law of life. It wants more. It always wants to evolve. It always wants more. And further expansion. You know, we like to think that we, in our humanness, right here and right now, are the be-all, end-all. Well, I have news for you. We ain't. There's always more. There's always a greater evolutionary process happening, and you and I are on the leading edge of that evolutionary process. And we get to do that consciously. Do we know exactly what that might look like, what that might feel like, what that might be? I don't think necessarily we do, but we don't have to. Because there's an intelligence that knows. Again, we just get to connect with it and be vessels through which it happens. I think if we really pay attention to what is happening in the world today, with children being born into the world today, we might even see that there is a difference. Already humanity is evolving, I believe, in more conscious ways. Again, there's evidence to the contrary of that, surely. But if we look at the overall, we can sit in judgment of it all day long. But if we're open to seeing it and nurturing it, then I think we can participate more fully in that conscious evolution. I'm seeing Shirley back here, who's ministering to our youth and encouraging them to know who they are and to evolve in that knowing. It's life wanting more of itself, and it has to be in alignment with love. Love is the energy, the guiding force. It has to be an energy of love and light. And it has to be God's source is all about harmony and unity. There's no separation. There's no division. There's no duality in source. So it has to be everything for the common good. Not just me and mine. We, ours. It has to be in service to creation. How are we going to be in service to the greatest creation with love and knowing the expansiveness of that energy? What is it we have to become? I don't know Spirit's answer to that. That's something we get to discern. What is it we have to become? But I'll tell you what I know. What David thinks he knows is that we have to become people who believe in this truth. We have to become people who embody this truth. We have to become people who make the conscious choice to live this truth. We have to be the example of this truth. We can't be preaching this truth and doing something different. I mean, we can. But what do we have to become? True embodiment of what we teach. What is it we have to let go of? What do we have to release? That's a tough one, isn't it? I don't know about you, but I don't really like releasing. What do we have to release? I don't know. But I do know that in order for us to really be open channels, it's important for us to release our own thoughts and feelings of lack and limitation. We have to be willing to release ourselves from the past. We have to be willing to accept that it is principle over precedent. We can't be bound by precedent. We can be, but is that really in greatest service? You know, we look at this field of infinite potential and possibility. Infinite potential and possibility. We can't truly, I don't even know if our brains can truly imagine the potential and possibility. I mean, everything began with an idea that somebody received from the infinite intelligence, the wheel. You know? I mean, how long ago did we think that this was science fiction? But it was an idea, a divine idea, that then became manifest. Who would have thought that was possible 100 years ago? So you see, we have to open ourselves up to bigger ideas of what's possible. Let go of that which we think we know. Let go of our attachments to the things that we see now and think, well, that's the only possibility. And open ourselves up to more. And we get to ask ourselves, well, what quality of spirit, what do I need to embody? What do I need to embrace? I, myself, and us as a community. So I want to stop for a moment. I want to ask you to stop for a moment, close your eyes. And I want you to bring to mind one person. That person can be living or not, can be a real person, a fictional person, that you truly admire. That when that person comes to your mind, you think, oh, I really admire that person. And then think about one quality of that person that you really admire. What is that person exempling for you when you observe them? Breathe that in. And I would say in this moment you have become aware of a quality of spirit that you want to see, no, that you have in yourself. You see it in yourself, reflected by someone else, but that you possibly want to grow in your own life. Anybody want to speak aloud what that might be for you? Just a word.
Heart.
Heart.
Compassion.
Compassion.
Generosity.
Generosity.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Connectedness.
Connection. Innocence. Curiosity. I share with you when I did this exercise this week, the person that came to my mind was Jimmy Carter. Because for me, he embodies integrity. Living his faith, living his truth. Serving with love, care, compassion. Integrity. For me, that's what showed up. So how do I embody that? How do I live that? How do I example that? And so when we see that all of those different energies, vibrations showing up in this community, see how unique we are? in our unity, there's diversity. That you are truly an individuated expression of the whole, unique and wonderful and perfect. And you have something to give, to share. So imagine all of that coming together, innocence and compassion and curiosity and spirit, and I can't remember them all. Imagine all of that coming together and being lived in this community of people. C.S.L. Parker embodies all of that. And that we get to reflect that back to each other. We get to learn from each other. We get to share with each other. All of that. So what do I need to embody or embrace? It's individual for all of us. And as we come together and as we begin to vision for this community, and we just center in and connect with that for the community as a whole. And then the last question really in the process is, well, is there anything else? There's always more. There's always more to be revealed to us if we're open and willing to have that be revealed to us. It's always more. Yeah. There's always more life. There's always more to give. There's always more to receive. There's always more to open to. So as we come together and as we create this, whatever we are here to be and to do, and I'm not saying that you haven't already been doing it or that everything needs to change or, but we get to look at what's really Spirit wanting to do in us, individually and collectively. And so we're going to be talking a little bit more about that this month. Next week I'm going to be, I think I'm going to be talking about the power of believing. Believe. The power of believing. But as we are opening up to the new and the new vision, and then it is so exciting today again to be welcoming Laura as our new music minister here, and I've been wanting to work with Laura for a long time, so pleased to be here. And we have new members, or people who are coming to join us today to add their energy and excitement and life to this community. And so I want to take a moment now and acknowledge those new members, those who have said yes to this community. And so I'm going to ask you, as I call your name, to come up, and Jeanette will honor you with a flower, and then I'll say a few words. Joe Albers. Come on up, Joe. Come on down, Joe. Jennifer Drybread. Anna Cohen couldn't make it today. Janice DeBacca's not here today, is she? Sissy Alberson. Yeah, I know she's here. Jenny Plouffe. Ern Merker. Pam Eichenberger. Dan Eichenberger. Dave and Nikki Holine are joined, but they could not be here today. Bob Duvall. Zara Yates is not with us today either. Adriana O'Brien. Judy Mason. Bob Mason. Laura Mancini.
Wow.
Luz Angaria. And Doug Harris. Exciting to have all of you here today.
Don't forget Reverend David and Laura.
Oh, Laura. You honor today. Come on. Yeah. So some of you received this last week when you were in the class. Maybe some of you didn't, but there's a community membership covenant that we like to share with our new members. And I just want to read it to you, and then I'm going to ask you some questions. We agree to provide a loving, supportive environment for your spiritual growth. We agree to offer services, workshops, classes intended to support your spiritual growth. We agree to teach the principles of the science of mind and spirit, to acknowledge the good found in all the world's religions, and acknowledge. We agree to respect your freedom of choice regarding your own spiritual pathway. We agree to be available to spiritually counsel and support you and your family in times of personal challenge. And as a member, we honor the teachings of the science of mind and spirit and support the vision and mission of Center for Spiritual Living, Parker. So I'm going to ask you questions, and if you agree, just respond in the affirmative. Do you agree to practice the presence of God and to remind yourself often to stay open to Spirit's blessings?
Yes.
Do you agree to practice unconditional love by treating others with respect and kindness, thereby creating a safe and inclusive space for all?
Yes.
Do you agree to use the resources of Center for Spiritual Living Parker so that you can continue your spiritual growth and development?
Yes.
Do you agree to support Center for Spiritual Living Parker with time, talent, and finances so that it can continue to support you and others?
Yes.
Do you agree to get the most out of your membership? All right, amen. Thank you. And welcome. Remember to stop and smell the roses. So you can be seated now. Thank you. Welcome. And we have food and a celebration cake today, so hopefully you will all stick around and meet each other, get to know each other a little bit better today. So let us take a moment and take all of that energy, excitement in, breathe it in, close your eyes and just take in as much as you possibly can of this energy, this life, love, this expansive energy of the creative life force that is living itself through you, breathing you, beating your heart, knowing that you are the created of the Creator, and that you are continually creating in conscious connection with a constant flow of creative life. As you breathe that in, as you ground your awareness in that knowing, you are here to further the evolutionary process of this divine life, this divine intelligence and love and light. So we claim it now and allow it to be our truth, grounded in every aspect of our being. We welcome a new, fresh. We welcome these new members, this new energy and excitement. And together let us say, and so it is.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world, is a blessing to the world. We are a blessing to the world.
So I just had this thought as we are greeting each other when we leave today. I just invite you to find 3 people as you leave today and say to them, you are a blessing to the world. 3 people that you may not yet know. Come to them and say, you are a blessing to the world. So as we begin to go into that time of sharing our gifts, our tithes and offerings, however you want to think of that, I invite you to hold it in your heart, hold it in your hands, what you've already shared possibly, or what you're going to share this morning. And know that it is an expression of that divine life living itself in you, through you, as you are the channel for the manifestation of that love through your financial good and through so many other ways. And so we give these gifts today, knowing that they go to further the mission, the vision of this Center for Spiritual Living Parker. And we are grateful, and together we say, and so it is.
Take away my doubts, they only weigh me down. Hide all my don'ts and won'ts so they can't be found. Bottle up my fear and throw it into the sea. And if by chance one day it floats back to me, I'll just laugh out loud and say here and now, I do to love that knows no reservation. I do to
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Let's all take a moment to breathe into our hearts. Feel that life energy flowing freely through us. We know that we are the vessels through which it expresses in every moment. And we're so grateful to know that we are in that constant flow of divine life in all the ways it shows up in our lives. We're so grateful for these gifts today. We know that they come from love, and we know that they are used in service of love. And we are grateful. And together we say, and so it is. So again, we all say, I do, I do, I do.
I do.
I do accept my creative ability. I do accept my light. I do accept my love. I do accept all that I am. So as we go forth today, please stay around and have some food again and just celebrate with each other. So as we go forth today, let us remember that we are in the constant flow of that divine life. It is constantly expressing more and more and more through us. And as we open ourselves up to be the flow, to be the love, to be the light, to be the joy, to be the peace, to be all that we can imagine that life to be, we know that we are living in service to all humanity, to all creation. And we are so blessed and so grateful. And as we allow it to be, we know that it is. And together we claim, and so it is.